guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor...
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set up, 18 Gator. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
Manning now on first down. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Bang, 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 bang. Switch it, rock it. Now.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here I go.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
All day. I'm coming after you. Tight go. Check it out.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Bravo.
Faking the give to Barkley, now Manning. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop.
Okay, just like that. Just
Look at me. Score, score.
Working from the gun, Manning gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Lady!
Silver.
White.
Check, 93's the mic. 93.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Check, 93's the mic.
From the end zone, Stafford. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Stafford. Smith catches left side. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now Stafford. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Hey. Here we go. Check him off.
Hey, Echo.
31's the mic. Watch the run.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 42-yard line.
says the mic.
We ain't giving up nothing. Leroy.
Throwing to Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stafford looks to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters. And this is what he's always had. And that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Everyone, you got four down.
Leo.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
6-6, bullet high. 6 guys. Ready?
Shotgun now for Manning. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Ready? Blue 60. Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
On second and 10, Stafford. High throw, but the catch is made. 12 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. Touchdown, Detroit. Traquan Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
That's it, baby. We got punt.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5. To throw is Manning. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. From the gun on third down, Manning. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on third down, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Lions.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Back. Check. Hey, 70. Check.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Back at the 43-yard line.
Ready. 280. Coming. 21.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford airing it out deep for Smith. This is caught. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Set. Go 20.
On 2nd and goal. Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Easy, alert.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Let's go! Let's go!
That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
You pilot, 64, weak. You got to go.
From the gun, it's Manning. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And it's 3rd down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun, Manning. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Lions will take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's about.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Strong right, strong right. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down, 3 down.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. High throw, but he makes the catch. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Stafford. The open man is Smith. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Michael Thomas on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, watch the slant. 31.
From the 39, Stafford looking here for Smith downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Now Stafford. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. 78 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed. Where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. It's caught by Mike Evans. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Stay 50.
On first down, it's Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Stafford. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got Evans. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
3 down.
The final shot before the break. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They go to Johnson again. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Johnson, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Drill right, 22.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's the former Jet and now Giant, Damon Harrison, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's second down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check. 22 Jet Bombers. 22 Jet Bombers. Hey, Haywood. Deep river.
Throwing is Manning. Wide open receiver complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Look, squeeze. Get it.
Now it's Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Pull it together.
Hey, Charlie.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Complete to Evan Ingram.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
You draw Corker.
Check out. Wide. Get wide.
Go on.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Move. Even. 4 down. Even.
5.
Working from the gun, Manning. Caught right side, Tate. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Hey. 4 down.
From the gun, Manning. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants.
Easy work. It's coming again.
Sterling Shepard. his second touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will get him one closer.
16, Giants 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Set. 280.
Check,
22.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford completing it to the right side. Johnson. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Double right.
Again, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. C.J. Anderson of the game. He gets it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight end. We got 4. We got 4.
Hey, my 7.
Go, go, go. My 40, my 40. Nice.
Now Manning. He's going to look deep down the field. that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check pass. Check pass. 51's a mile.
Hey, two.
Shotgun now for Manning. Nice footwork at the 25. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards and a giant first down.
It's a gain of 17.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Manning now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta. Ready?
Manning going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've helped. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Stafford here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Lions. Matt Prater lining up for.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Prater for the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Manning over the middle, complete to Tate. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it. leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Watch the
Operating from the gun, Manning, and Ingram hauls it in. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Set 50, plant.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, orbit. Go.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Manning to throw once more. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Take 4. Take 4. Kill.
Here's Manning to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. They find some open field here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Rock it.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Manning now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
31's the mic. I hope you brought your...
Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing again. Stafford. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Get him, boy.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Out of the gun, Stafford. The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the 1st down in the process. Stafford now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Airing it out deep for Smith. Touchdown, Detroit. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the ground, it's Gallman again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Wayne Gallman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. PAT up and good by Rosas, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2.
I got him. Yes, yes.
40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no. Switch. Bravo. Mike 40. Mike.
So after the INT, it's Manning. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. Stafford now to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back to throw. Manning. That's complete to Gallman. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
The Giants on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Manning to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Check 24, check 24. Check 26, check 26.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. And a perfect...
That's caught inside the 20. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to win. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Lions are going to win this game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Lions, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Giants, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a hammer. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Pocket like plastic. They're gonna blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all